This is the type of project every architect dreams of. It's one where the builder is the client, so you've got a little bit more free rein in terms of what you can achieve. Being able to have that artistic license and to be able to explore ideas really challenges us, but also helps us to grow as architects in terms of the way that we respond to a challenging site. Newcastle is historically a mining centre. There's a whole another city underneath Newcastle.
Turns out the site was a mine shaft underneath it, so that needed grouting. It had about 16 metres of fall across the whole site, north to south. There was obvious challenges from the get-go that we needed to look at.
We had a lot of internal debate in the office as to whether it was even possible. Grouting the mines was the first step, which then led to the way the building developed. A building that is buried into the site, but also then hangs out of the site to achieve the program.
With the limited footprint, it was really challenging that it had to be a vertically stacked program, and what we saw that as being was an opportunity to look at sort of the elements of public and private within the house. Basically at the lowest level, which is the basement, you step up to your more public level, which is your living, your entertaining area. It has the pool, the deck, kitchen and your lounge room. That's really the heart of the home. There's then a void that links vertically throughout the other 3 stories of the house, and that acts as a light well. Given we are anchored in the cliff, that was a really big decision to try and get as much light in here as we could when you're only getting access to light on one side of the house effectively. As you step up to the next floor, there's 3 bedrooms and a bathroom on that living level, and then the top floor is more of your master retreat, which has access to a back deck as well to the south, and also a deck to the north.
There were some big stages in this build. The precast had to be so exact because the stair is cantilevered off the precast and there's some 9-metre high panels.
Given the access to the site is pretty tight, swinging panels into place was pretty precision, so you're talking about millimetre accuracy there.
Getting the staircase in meant a lot of manhandling of folded steel. The whole event of getting that in was pretty epic. Getting some of the glazing in was a challenge as well. We've got a big picture window right at the top of the site, so the glass for that had to be craned in separately to the rest of the windows. Glazing is so important to this project, given that it faces north and a large majority of that facade is glass. We spent a lot of time with Great Lakes in detailing this project, making sure that all the junctions were going to be correct.
The Magnum Suite's probably our preferred product that we do use, and we like the profile. It's a very streamlined, the semi-commercial frame. With this house having so much north-facing glazing, it was an obvious challenge that we needed to make sure that thermally the house was going to work well, and it's been really great. I think it's a showpiece for that in itself. Being a vertically stacked program, we didn't have a lot of yard or anything that we could have. So part of naturalising it in the environment was to get as much greenery as we could. So the green wall was an obvious thing that we wanted to get in. But another aspect was there's a house directly behind us at the back of the block. So giving them something to look at, obvious decision was to do a nice roof garden.
Looking down from that house at the back, you can't even see this house. It's almost invisible with the green roof on top.
It's certainly been one of the projects I've probably learnt the most in my whole career, and it came down to just the element of preciseness that had to go into it.
There are lots of tricky sites around Newcastle, but it shows that you can do something that really fits well into the landscape and really responds to a challenging site.